Leadership is the behavioural process of influencing individuals, groups towards a common goal. There are two different types of leaders. Prescribed leaders are appointed by a person of authority, a chairman appointing a manager or coach, or a manager appointing a team captain. Emergent leaders emerge from a group and take over responsibility, like a player that shows leadership and moves into a leadership role. Johnny Wilkinson learned French and showed true leadership in Toulon, and they rewarded him with the captaincy of the team. A poor team who lacks confidence can be boosted by a player with good leadership qualities who runs the team. On the other hand, a team full of big characters can be led by someone who is seen as a dominant character within the group. Trait approach. If you're a good leader in one situation, you should be a good leader in all situations, and that you are born to be a leader. You may be a great leader in one situation, but if you're put into another situation, you will not be able to be the same leader. You can grow into a leadership role. For example, Steven Gerrard, when he was only 22, took the captaincy role of Sami Hyypiä, even though he was a young football player. Gerard Houllier, the manager at the time, saw his qualities on and off the field and decided to make him a better player by making him the leader and the captain of the team. Behavioural approach. Leadership skills can be developed through experience and training. People can use lessons that they have learned by people who have led them in the past. This will allow them to become a good or great leader. Brian O'Driscoll is an example of a leader. As one of the most experienced and best players in the Lions team, he went from being the captain of the team to being told he wasn't playing in a final test where they were on to win the series. He still turned up to the game and helped the team warm up, and that just shows how much of a character he is. The interaction approach. The interaction between the person and a situation. This can predict leaders on personality. Leadership is dependent on certain situations, and some function better than others in various situations. Leadership styles can be changed to suit the situation. Some players are good leaders when they are winning and not very good when they are losing in a situation. They are not able to meet the demands of the full leadership role. Leadership styles. There's a democratic behaviours. This is a leader who listens to his peers and makes the decision based around the team's response and uses it as a team decision more than an individual decision. An autocratic leader. Individuals who make the decision on his own and the group have no say, they just have to follow the decision. And a laissez-faire. You're a leader, but you just oversee and allow the team to do what they need to do. An example of this is Ronan O'Gara being Dan Carter's kicking coach. Dan Carter is the most point-scoring player in the world, and Ronan O'Gara has been showed up by him many times on the pitch. Environmental factors. Groups that are closer to each other in terms of location tend to be more cohesive. The size of the group is also important. Smaller groups will be easier to be made cohesive as they have less barriers to overcome. People will also emerge as leaders and take responsibilities for the group. As a futsal team with a small team, you're all close and good at interaction, but things like training become a problem when we don't have enough players to make it effective. It causes problems with our cohesion. Personal factors. If everyone is similar within a group, then there is more chance to get on, whereas if people are very different, there's more opportunity for conflict within the group. This isn't the same with all groups, as they all have various people in the group who will react differently to leadership. In our sports course, we are all close friends, and we are all pretty similar, but we all have different views. Whereas when I play rugby, all of my team have the same goal when it comes to the game, and everyone's encouraged to meet the goal of the team. Leadership factors. The main factor that can affect a group's cohesion is the leadership styles adopted. If you're an autocratic leader and you're very forward and say do this or do it like this, compared to a democratic approach which could be more like how can we achieve this, you'll get very different results for a team. If you're more in your face with your questions or telling a team how to play, they may have a negative reaction more so if you give them opportunities to improve. If you're a laissez-faire leader and take a back seat, this will also create a response from your team which could come in a negative effect as they will feel as you're not leading them. Knowing what leadership style is best for your team will help with a positive form of group cohesion. Team factors can also affect this. If the team can stay together for long periods, this allows a relationship to develop between group members. Relationships develop and the group's history will bring a group closer together. People who work better in groups and are better in a team. Having had a range of experiences, you are more likely to work as a team if you have been together for a long period of time. This shows like grassroots teams who have started together as like under 10s, under 12s, all the way up into men's teams, and they are playing decent levels of football.